Perhaps it'll be the final time that you see it. It is getting ready to retire. This is session 33. We've been through a lot. In fact, now we're having a session 0.1. It'll be a very casual night. I don't know if it'll be like the full 4 hours, but it would be good to get together as a team, talk about the things that have been happening, the things that could be to come, and what the crew is going to do as they've now congealed. But we'll get to that in a moment. Let's have our fun little bit of table talk as we normally do. If this is a casual night, no need to rush through the casual conversation. Although I want to make sure we don't linger for too long in this, because I do have a couple presentations that are going to help support the conversation to come. Let's start with you, Evil. What's going on in your world?
Not a whole lot.
Is there anything in the Steam Summer Sale that just started that's making you get a little itchy, get a little, maybe? Maybe.
Honestly, not really.
Oh, all right. Is there anything that you might already have then that you would recommend to any of us? I did see some tentatively good reviews for the Star Wars racing game. Hi, Nisa.
Nisa. I have two right here.
I remember you were talking about that one. Meow, meow. I know you aren't the only thing getting attention. It's terrible. All right, bye. Please don't knock my audio cable out. Slunk under my monitor.
Yeah, there's honestly nothing that's really been catching my eye on Steam.
Okay. Well, if there is, please let a brother know here, because I'm always looking forward to hear what my friends think, as well as to banning bots. Bot next.
You get lots of them lately. We should probably just add words as banned words on your channel. That way they don't even show up.
There we go. Reported. Let's get that account off of this platform. As if Twitch has terms of service they enforce. That bot will be back.
I mean, that bot probably won't be back, but another one will.
Yeah, another will rise up and take its place.
They are a terrible. They are a terrible Hydra, the spam bots.
Yep.
How are you doing, Chameleon? Any table talk stuff for us? Anything going on in your world of broadcasting or video games or unique observations to bring to the table?
Well, after last week's session, that weekend I did almost 14 hours of streaming, so...
Oh,
which is the most I've ever done.
Nice.
Did a near 10-hour stream on Sunday, which I think I can only possibly do if I'm playing Minecraft, because any other game gets me way too wound up. Nothing in the Steam Summer Sale page, but I hit my wish list to see what was on sale there, and realized one of the games I had wishlisted like December of last year is actually out now, so it's called Save My Scrap. It's about like an android lady that you have to repair.
Okay.
And it looked really interesting. It's like a visual novel game, I think. I don't know, I haven't played it, but I'm gonna get that soon. It's like it released 2 months ago, so I'm a little behind.
Well, I look forward to hearing about it. No spoilers, but the description on that immediately sent me into my feels because it reminded me of an anime called Maharomatic, and that's an anime that
interactive visual novel puzzle game. Okay.
Oh, if you like visual novels, boy, do I have an announcement for everyone out there.
Yeah, that's all on my end.
Coffee Cat, howdy. You have anything
Howdy.
you want to throw out there for us?
More chaos.
There is more chaos being had on the shows on my channel. Vampire the Masquerade is going pretty strong. We have San Antonio by Night Blood Gambit on Wednesdays, and Brisbane by Night's Hellfire on Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time each. In San Antonio, the crew is still working on trying to infiltrate the Anarchs in order to claim the city for the Camarilla and build a better Camarilla in Texas. They've maybe run into a few snags along the way. Snags that sometimes the dice ruled in their favor, and sometimes the dice did not. In the last episode, I really only got to like 2 of the characters because the party had kind of split for the most part. So we touched base with Jacob, who was, I forgot, went to go and see somebody. Forgot who. My brain is rot. And then Alice went to also go see another member of the ministry. So they're trying to play their connections, see if they can win themselves some friends. Actually, Jacob went to go see Baron Velda because he is announcing basically that his coterie is switching sides. That they no longer want to be involved with Jameson, they want to be involved with her, essentially. So
That's a lot going on.
That is a lot going on. It is. I think it's intentionally to stir the pot because they believe that Jameson is put out a hit on a member of Batista's domain and is making moves against her quite aggressively. But there's more afoot than they realize. So stay tuned for more San Antonio by Night Blood Gambit, and we'll find out if these Camarilla agents, can spy their way into becoming the rulers of the city.
That's just on Wednesdays. Then there's Brisbane on Saturdays too.
There's Brisbane on Saturdays. What's going on for my character Clayton specifically is his daughter has been being watched, and to protect her, members of a splinter cell of the Society of St. Leopold, a vampire hunter organization, they have essentially, the splinter cell has essentially kind of cordoned her off from both Clayton and the Society's reach. So Clayton's just trying to wait and see what happens, because it's been a very bad week for the poor man. He's lost a lot of people.
Well, tragedy comes with being a monster.
Yep. But he's still trying to hold together his coterie and essentially trying to guide them to into bigger and brighter things, like trying to save the city from a different kind of monster threat. A vampire that's not a vampire but is a vampire, called a Bali. Essentially a vampire demon. They're trying to get rid of that thing because it is apparently the source of all the threats that are going on in the city. Or at least related to, if not directly related to.
So lots of role playing going on, lots of fun things here.
Lots of things on Coffee Cat Presents here on Twitch.
Yeah. So go give and both those games are filled with community members as well. So you're not even just going to see what Coffee's up to. Coffee is your vector to these worlds, but these are worlds populated by our friends here through our communal communities.
Some of which are actually linked. Other vampire games, like from Macabre Derek, have been mentioned.
Yep. And I'll be getting the Cleveland Coterie, Devil's Due, up and going in August as well. Please look forward to that. Lots of vampire stuff. I'll see if I can work in a crossover with either Tejas or Australia with the story. We shall see. We shall see. All right, for tonight then.
If you want San Antonio lore, you can always DM me.
So this is table talk, and to get us into the table mood, well, Lethality will be joining us, and for all of you out there, that's Kiri in camera 3 here. But if you've been a regular in the audience for a while now, I've had the connecting, buffering, no signal, technical difficulties placeholder over for JP up for a while. And as is what happens in these games, Chroma Company, our original D&D campaign, had this happen too. Hey, life happens. People are unavailable to play. As such, we are going to be introducing a new Edge Runner. At some point, I do hope that Night Mage will talk about it himself too. But I have spoken to him, and I don't know if I believe Coffee you might have as well, or at least with who is to come. But if he's reached out or something. But so it is. I'm airing this in public. We are going to be facing a switch up, and there's absolutely no hard feelings, no love lost. He is very much welcome to be a guest appearance at some point, if whatever with his life stabilizes. But hey, he has his family and everything to prioritize, and his own work, and it's actually out of. And boy, I wish there's a lot of tables or people, because I'm sure many of us have heard these anecdotes before. Like, there's just lingering negative play experiences that go on far too long, and it drags everyone down. And in this case, Night Mage said, "Yeah, you know what? It's it's time to call it. I wish I could make it more, but I gotta prioritize what I gotta prioritize." And he's always welcome here, but we are gonna cycle him out. Now, to introduce that idea, because we were talking about it a little bit last session, and I said that I would get to it, and hey, I did. I want to work this into our world, because this is actually, if there's a good time to have an out-of-character conversation, session 0, like what we're having, kind of a peel the Band-Aid off and talk about a lot of things, this is actually a good time to do it. You got together as Lost and Found. You just finished a big gig together also. And you now have been assembling your resources and are making names for your, for yourselves, but even as the quantity, this crew known as Lost and Found. And so what I want to do is remake our intro. Tonight, I want to talk about everyone's characters for a refreshment of our story beat ideas, and also how your characters want to look going forward, which might be mostly the same, but let's refresh our art, get something, that is more the you that you see your character now after 33 sessions than who he or she was even prior to our original session 0. And if you recall, in game, we had an event. This is why the date is just late February, because we sped over 2 weeks with our shopping cart episode, or session 32. But during that, you were invited to come out to a concert called the Freak Show. And the Freak Show is going to be held at the Forlorn Hope, which apparently my headset going out. I didn't get a warning beep. Hang on, let me plug this in so I can hear things again. That might help. There we go. All right, and we're back. So, what better way to kick off a lot of this Band-Aid pulling than by giving you all a show? And so that's what I want to do. So to my players, now you in the audience, you don't need to do anything because you're already watching. If you're one of my players, through the channel, I am going to play a video that none of you have seen. And so you are certainly welcome to watch along with the rest of the audience, because I put together the Freak Show for you. Now, this is not a spoiler for the contents of the concert, but I will remind you that this is Cyberpunk Red, and this is a cyberpunk dystopia. There may be a couple naughty words in the song. So, either clutch your pearls now, but gently, or realize the the genre, the theme, and the immersion into the world in which these characters are living and breathing, sometimes with the assistance of nasal plugs, when toxic sewer gas is being displaced into the streets. As is what happens time and again in Night City.
Fever?
What's that?
Some fever.
Oh, well, that wasn't explicitly brought up. The gas warning was there. Oh, by the way, let me bring down the.
I was gonna say, we have a lethality.
Yeah.
We
Get
do,
you on
yes.
cam, and then I will take you all to the Freak Show. Now, remember, this was a reward given to you by, presumably, Freak, who was the rocker boy who descended down on a winch piloted by a drone during your last big gig. And as a thank you for inadvertently helping him, he gave you tickets to his show. Now, Freak, perhaps short for Frequency, is a very outgoing, a very flamboyantly dressed person, very expressive, and hopefully you'll be able to get a dose of that here, because as we see in the rewards, that was on the token layer. Let's zoom out. In the token layer, we're going to send that to the back. Oh, that's Fluffy Bunny's note, her little love letter to you all. There we go. So, oh, you got to do things the old-fashioned way. They're shiny holographic tickets, but you actually have to bring a physical ticket to the venue. And they're going to tear it, and then you get VIP all access. So we are going to presume that you all are going to get together. And this would be the 5 of you. JP is in on this too. He also has a ticket. Now, Kiri, for convenience sake, because your gig was actually working as a bodyguard to go to or to tend to a popular brain dance star who was being a poverty tourist. She was hitting up all the slummy bars and dives and everything. When it comes to Edge Runner, well, I guess you could say this was formerly a solo bar, which is not far from an Edge Runner bar, but it is now more of an Edge Runner. But this is not the afterlife. This is still a place where you could get shanked by a beer bottle by a fellow Edge Runner, because things are a little rough. It's for the Edge Runners who are a little lower tier. Which, no offense to you all, none of you are at the level of Morgan Blackhand yet. So you're getting there, but you don't have a name for yourself, and you probably can't get into the afterlife with them shoes. But you can get into the Forlorn Hope with them tickets. So I'm gonna put the video up, and I want you all to enjoy the freak show. We'll talk about it, and then we'll move into what is to come after that. Let me make sure the background volume is down. And we're gonna bring this up. And here we go.
Almond milk with the Wheaties for breakfast. Eat my baby for dinner. Had to switch up the methods. We don't hang with pretenders. I'm the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah. Say the city yet again, here it come, yeah. Vigilante on the rise, why is it surprising? They throw agents at your boy to keep the fix divided. Frequent flyer and I always preach to fly united. Niggas be so scared to fail, that's why they keep it quiet. God flow, I know you hear it, Rock pioneered it. Gave me the wheel, then a nigga had the power steer it. Steady faking, what you making ain't no power near it. I bet this on your radio as soon as power hear it. Yeah, I wear my cape real loose, sleeves on in 2, 3, ooh, I'm getting new cheese. Bruh, cowabunga on a routine, that's a true thing. Routine, I made a new scene. Under gray clouds, city lights, 40 days, 40 nights. It could be a short life, not a long one. When you coming from where I'm from, man, this shit feel like cotton. Yeah, yeah. Man, this shit feel like cotton. Yeah, yeah. Man, this shit feel like cotton. Yeah. Man, this shit feel like cotton. Look, why you never listen? I've been had the vision.
Come on, kid, you need to
Martin
loosen up.
Luther King,
Let's
dreaming
dance.
back to riches.
This is
I'ma
our
need
night.
the rings, I'ma
This
go
is
the distance.
amazing.
Do it for my team, bitch, it's my religion. Your girl is some Christian, she ain't even Christian. They all want a bad boy when they see the pistol. I'm all in my feelings, I might need a minute.
This is the freak
I might
show.
have to
Enjoy the
pivot, I might
goddamn
need
rhythm.
the digits. I learned lessons from decisions, lessons from decisions. Niggas think you stupid, they be fucking tripping. Hit them with precision, I don't fucking miss them. Keep them at a distance, I don't fucking miss them. Under gray clouds, city lights, 40 days, 40 nights. It could be a short life, not a long one. When you coming from where I'm from, man, this shit feel like cotton. Yeah, yeah. Man, this shit feel like cotton. Yeah, yeah. Man, this shit feel like cotton. Yeah. Man, this shit feel like cotton. Man, this shit feel like cotton.
Come on, Tex. Put that arm to use tapping. Freak show is thumping. Think of it as engine rhythm.
Yeah, of course.
See? Old guard, it's vitality. Burn with it.
I haven't felt this good in a long time.
Hell of a show. Got me thinking. We need to talk.
Hopefully you enjoyed the freak show.
Well then.
All right.
Yeah.
You all were given shards that made the entire thing look like a comic book, and you were taken through different genres. I was especially happy with Kiri's Junji Ito, like heavily hatched horror style, being dark and broody, and then finally going into like Bishoujo color when she was dancing and.
Yes. I look like a stressed character out of Attack on Titan.
The with
It's exactly like that, like with the fucking eyes and the lines and all that, like.
Yeah.
Because you're there kind of working, but also like you're hearing the machine gun sounds coming out of the microphone, and you're just, you know, it was stressful.
This actually reminded me something. On the topic of comic books, Absolute Batman is getting an animated show.
Oh, all right.
That's fine. I mean, it is about time. They've been doing the Absolute Universe for ages, and of course we want to have a look at what the inside of Darkseid's Nightmare looks like.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a not Saturday morning cartoon.
Well, the other thing too, like Absolute Universe is only like a year old at most, I think.
It's yeah, is it? It might be a little bit more than a year, but yeah, it's.
I think it's a couple of years, but not more than like maybe 2.
In the grand scheme of things, it's still pretty brand
very
new.
very young,
but
comic book universe.
It was 2024.
So as a part of this, because you did get the VIP all access, you were at your characters. All of you were there. You were presented a fuller show than just the one song, but in this case, Freak dressed up in superhero armor made of old newspapers and some like steampunk gears, and of course you can't have a place like Gotham City without just, you know, open vats of radioactive chemicals to add to the rogues gallery, so he had that kind of on presence too. But of course, a legally distinct symbol on his chest, it was a 2-tailed rat. Think of any of that whatever you will, but after the show, you would be able to sit down with Freak because you had the tickets. And if there is anything in particular that you wanted to talk to him about or ask him, then you can. And, you know, at the very end of things, of course, then we snap back like all the AR shards. You can, you know, whatever, you return them or whatever, because the show is over. And that's when we had like photo real JP sit down, kind of tap out a rhythm and say we need to talk. Because JP, again, for reasons that I want Night Mage to express, he can come up with any of the specifics, but for one reason or another, the old man still wants his retirement, but perhaps he realized that he's not fit, he's not cut out for the physical portion of edge running anymore, or, you know, he wants to take a step back, and he could still be your fixer, but for purposes of age or danger or his own machinations. I don't know. Again, I want Night Mage to actually come up with this. I don't want to tell him, you know, what's going on there. But he, you know, JP as a character would still be accessible to you all and may very well still just be your fixer. But he would just be operating out of his cube hotel or, you know, something along those lines, keeping some distance. And then I will need to talk to his replacement. And you all are going to be having Fluffy Sheep join with his character concept, who at the moment sounds like it's going to be a med tech.
Healing.
So
healing. Oh my god, healing.
Cyberware installation.
Cyberware installation. Healing.
Yay!
Also,
Like-
fluffy sheep. Totally
So
not an agent of fluffy bunny.
Yeah.
I will be real. It has been, a genuine pleasure having Night Mage along, and I love JP. But oh my god, healing!
Yeah.
Fluffy wasn't able to join this week for this conversation. We can still go on and have a session 0.2 to include him. We are gonna need to. I want to naturally weave his character in, though of course, as we all know, as players at a tabletop, whatever the circumstances, he's coming in at an equal IP level to you all. There might be some suspension of disbelief. The circumstances are going to be whatever I can work out with him, and then we'll introduce that to you so that you all as the group can have a role play interaction of whatever it's going to be. Because I don't want to just tell you and then all of you are like, okay, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we get it. And then, then there's no rapport. Because some of your characters may really like Fluffy's character. Or some of your characters may hate at least who you meet initially, whatever this concept of a med tech that Fluffy's bringing aboard. We're in the out of character. That's what's going to be happening. But I want to leave some things for the in character so that you can have natural actions and reactions. And then you all will have your opportunity to build and grow with whoever this character ends up being. So that is the announcement there. Now, slipping a bit in character, not that, we need to bring up character sheets or be super detailed about it, because this is, as we saw in the video, it's kind of like the backstage area. They're getting things cleaned up. And while JP had that candid moment of, we got to talk, because that would be JP telling you all that he's with you, he just can't be with you. You have this character, Freak, who is going to be sitting down. You'll be in the green room with him, and he won't have the paper mache cowl on, so you can look him in the eyes, and he's still wearing the rest of the costume, the tattered construction site tarp, which might have actually just been taken from the glasshouse atrium, because he was back there with UB. Hint: someone had to take UB's photo because he's taking a selfie, but that's not a selfie you're seeing. Do you all have any questions for Freak? Not that he has to answer them at all or truthfully, but you're sitting down. He's in his hero costume. He's got the two-tailed rat on his, displayed there. He will give you a very warm, I hope you really enjoyed the show. Did you like the comic book take on it? The things that you would expect from someone he doesn't have his head up his own ass as far as being a performer goes. Because when he was performing, he was very heartfelt. His frustrations with the city were presented through his music, with that Gotham song. But anyway, in this backstage area, do you have any questions for Freak?
I mean, I think this one might be more the Outback and Gopher show, because they're the ones who are, if it's who I'm thinking, they're the ones who actually interacted with him.
No, I think Outback kind of just enjoyed that. Music is probably a pretty big thing in a lot of nomad families, so he's just sort of probably the closest kinship to any other kind of person is rockers. So
okay.
Glad to not be targeted by harmful sonic waves this time.
Yeah, those were. Oof.
He'll kind of chuckle, rub the back of his head. Yeah, you know, that wasn't a personal offense towards you or anything. It was part of the job. But at least it didn't kill you, and I did what I had to do. So thank you for putting up with it. That's kind of why I wanted to make sure you got these tickets.
Shrugged it off pretty quickly, anyways. No chance you could maybe give me some of that for defending my car?
Well, I mean, man's got to work. Maybe we can come up with something. After all, I was hired for a job. You know how it is. Maybe I even need to hire you for something. And if I end up needing a driver, well, of course, I'd want to make sure my driver can get me where I need to go safely. Although safe is a bit relative. I did kind of ride in on a drone. As you can tell, I kind of like keeping things mixed up. Life is meant to be enjoyed.
It was certainly an entrance.
Variety and flash, it seems. Kiri's eyes tick out towards the breakdown star, who's probably doing a line of Sid Coke off the table or something.
Yeah, well, you'll probably almost never see me wear the same thing twice, and that's part of the gig, part of the show, part of the routine. If people got used to how I looked, then they'd focus on me, not my music, not my message. So, I stay visually appealing, but inconsistent. Hopefully you don't think that I'm some sort of what would be the word? Gonk, I suppose. For dressing the way that I do. I assure you that while it's wild, it's a very purposeful kind of wild.
I mean, every style is gonk in some way.
Well, you sure fit in, ma'am. And he'll talk to you directly, D-Rezz. You got the Asia pop flair.
It's a mishmash of a lot of different things.
We were saying evil?
Those in some ways probably helps when you're out on the street.
Helps and it hurts. Tell you, I have a little bit of jealousy, some green eyes for UB there. I don't know if you saw. Well, actually, I know that I saw you two, and as the rest of you are here, I didn't see you. That means you probably saw him because of how that. Anyway, UB though, he's got a face that everyone knows. That guy was signing autographs during a fight.
It's all flash and no substance.
I don't know. You try fighting him, and you can tell me if he has substance or not.
I know. He has quite a bit of substance.
He has linear frames level of substance.
Yeah, you remember that poor golf cart, just like.
Talking about his style, though.
Oh, well.
His style is his.
He's consistent with it. Everyone knows him.
He's a walking advertisement.
He makes good money for it, too. I end up blowing most of mine on, well, AR chips for random people at my concert and costume elements. But I have fun with it. I should put up.
I wouldn't necessarily call him a sellout because I doubt that is the thing of his own design. It's probably something that just happened in his travails of doing our shared profession.
There's your fine Blasian gentleman.
We fight, we kill. And because that can become center stage, that's the thing that gets the most attention. Why do you think the likes of... I hate even using his name. why do you think the likes of Adam Smasher get such attention, even from the public? It's not because of his looks.
No.
Yeah. Well, hate or loathe
Trust me when I
Smasher.
tell you he is an ugly-looking motherfucker.
Hate him or loathe him, he's effective in what he does.
And that's why he gets attention.
You know, it's its own sort of currency in this city.
Reputation.
UB just comes across as rocker boy posing solo.
Maybe. Maybe you'll get a chance to talk to him too. I won't speak for him.
You're out here calling him a poser, D.
Yes. I'm out here calling him like it is. Guy is all about the cameras. He's not about really anything. He's all flash.
Well then, D, if you think that, truly. And Kiri's just gonna put her hands on his shoulders. The next time he shows up and he's got his sword pulled, if you think he's all flash, then you can fight him.
Yeah, from a distance. Like I can.
Kiri in her mind is just like, my girlfriend's gonna end up getting kicked through a wall by a solo, but unfortunately I think that's the lesson she needs to learn. Hard lesson.
Look, I'm not gonna argue that the man's hot. That's what sells when it comes to speed. I'm pretty sure I've seen his abs on some of the Hollow advertisements.
Yeah, probably.
Selling Mr. Studs or something.
Yes, because that's exactly what'll fix it. Because that's exactly what'll fix what ails you. A foot-long dong.
Well, I'll leave that business to be your own. I'm glad that you did make it out to the show. And I just want to let you know that while we did cross paths, I hope that there's no hard feelings. Things done in the line of work are things done in the line of work.
You weren't the one trying to kill us.
No. That was the coyote.
From what I hear, you were professional, so we have no reason to be upset. You were there to do a job, we were there to do a job, you did a job, you left. In fact, I also remember hearing you, helping out with the acquisition of some new assets.
Oh, yeah. A bit of a mutual exchange. A recognition of each other. How'd that work out for you? The new toy?
Well, actually, I guess, quick question. Would this have been after, or would we still kind of be in the process of jailbreaking it?
You could say that's already jailbroken. We're in, the time period is late February. This is kind of a nebulous. It's sometime in the second week, so, wherever.
Time doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you would rather it be actually during the jailbreaking and just say, "Oh yeah, all we have to do is break the code, and then it's ours." Hopefully, there's no complications. You're welcome to do that too.
Foreshadowing for D-Rezz getting kicked in the face by a giant.
That's fun of me.
We got it broken, so it can actually load up some smart rounds into that thing.
Hell yeah, brother!
Had some fun countermeasures I hear.
It looks pretty badass. Even if it didn't work, I'll tell you, it looks badass. You can scare some people away just by having it follow you around. Especially that big old Militech symbol on the front. Just, hey. I have nothing against you, but if we ever do find ourselves on opposing sides, like, I'd really appreciate it if you pretended to, like, point it just a little bit away from me.
I'll see what I can do.
I gotcha. Maybe if we do cross paths and it'd be a contest of some sorts, I might need to do a little swerving myself. Professional respect and courtesy, such as the situation calls for. And I'll tell you, it shook me up a little bit knowing that the same fixer effectively hired me and then hired another team too. I don't quite like crossing paths that same way. I might be a little. I'm newer to this than someone like UB who's been doing it for a longer time. But you know.
Normally not the way.
Events as large as this one will normally call for 5 or 6 different objectives and therefore 5 or 6 different running teams. It's also not uncommon that a fixer would go ahead and hire multiple running teams to do the exact same thing, which is a major faux pas. Madame Vesper was playing very dangerously when she did what she did. Trust me when I say it doesn't sit well with me either.
Other fixers will eat her alive. No doubt.
Tell you though, I don't know what she paid you, but she paid well.
And that's
2,000.
And that's the only reason why she's still in business is because she pays well.
Wouldn't be surprised if she's court backed.
Oh yeah.
I will say, your guys' big distraction was exactly what we needed to get our job done.
Well, you're welcome for something I had no idea what was going on. If you got your job done and you got paid, hell yeah. We got what we wanted. Oh, that Shifu core sold for a pretty penny.
That Netrunner wasn't very happy with us, though.
Yeah.
Netrunner would be happy if that architecture was just fucking forward.
I can't say that I knew about her prior to this job, but she's got some barbs.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she came looking for us at one point. Probably goes finding any blip of us on the net.
You know what? I genuinely relish the challenge. And Kiri just kind of smiles. They call her Fluffy Bunny, but by the time I'm done with her, they'll be calling her Chubby Bunny.
Well, then it sounds like there's a 2v2 going on. Solo versus Netrunner, just on 2 different teams.
I think it's just funny that she said that if she saw us, she wanted to kick us in the balls.
Oh yeah, she's pissed.
Well, little internet troll is butthurt. Someone called the wambulance. I said that right, didn't I? She looks at D because she's teaching you a whole bunch of internet ladies. Like, I don't know if that's correct. That was correct, right?
Well, wouldn't be the first animal I've turned to roadkill.
Honestly, had we known you guys were, or had we known that she was going to crashed the party, I probably would have left the server room as it was.
What? Why? I didn't. Leave her to be able to use all of the maybe like security cameras, maybe turrets. Who even knows what connected that thing? To be able to do whatever she wanted with, you know.
I mean, we did disable the cameras and stuff.
I mean, I turned the physical system off, but if she was in the network, she could just turn it on from the inside.
Yeah. If she got control of the whole network, then she would have had everything that she needed to fry us if she really wanted.
Remote server boot. No, in that situation, you did exactly the right thing, although not necessarily in the way that I would have gone about it. But hey,
I'm very sad about all the computer tech. Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I can imagine.
It's not the computer tech that I'm worried about.
I can imagine she was quite perturbed. I never actually saw her, but I was there when she was flown in on with the crate, with the delivery, making sure that the roof was clear, and she was waiting for her signal to come out of that crate and crawl through the ductwork and do her thing.
Actually, I imagine Kiri actually has her copy of the note. She just kind of slides it across the frame for him to have a look at what she wrote.
Yeah.
So I've never seen this lady either.
Well.
Never seen her face to face.
I've only heard about her from you.
I'll tell you, she's consistent at least. There's vibes with how I checked her. Though, hey, maybe you could end up doing something with this. There's opportunity and everything. You have a sticky note with some apparently super good, famous netrunner. I wouldn't throw this away.
Just kind of slips it back in a coat. Wasn't necessarily planning on it, but it is very funny that we have made her so irate. Her nerd rage brings me joy in a way that I can't begin to express. She's just this with a flat face and flat tone.
Damn, bitch, you scary.
That is very...
Kiri's very good at that.
Also, I'm working, and she kind of tells me, she's like... One moment, please. Look, you've had enough synth cokes. You're not ODing again this week. You're gonna piss Trauma Team off at this rate. You hear her basically yelling over the din of the music as she's marching out of the VIP room to go and deal with this stupid bimbo braindance star who's just like, drugs!
Some people live on. How the hell?
Well, I gotta say it was a pleasure meeting y'all. I gotta change costumes and get out of here. And I suppose you shouldn't see me in my true form either. It might break the illusion. So I'm gonna make myself scarce. Before I do, anything else? You want me to sign something? You got another question for me? Do you want, he'll reach over and he grabs, like a glass bowl. I specifically requested only, color shifting candies in this bowl. So, like, every M&M turns from, like, green to purple.
Nah. I'm good.
Ah.
Well, actually, we're post-2026. There's not blue or brown ones anymore.
Well, I mean, someone picked through all these out of a... I mean, it's supposed to just be a joke to see if someone would actually do it, so... I don't know. Y'all are welcome to them. He puts it on the table. Maybe it'll make a centerpiece for wherever it is y'all live. You don't need to tell me. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Thank you for coming out to the Freak Show. Maybe I'll see you again, huh?
All city.
But remember, if you see me, you don't see me. He grabs his two-tailed Ratman mask off the table, gives a generous flourish of his blue tarpaulin cape, and he walks out of the green room. We can imagine that this is about the time that JP then kind of takes his place and, you know, kind of does the we got to talk after all this. Though that's something that will, again, I want Night Mage to be the one to come up with some reasons, even if he's just kind of spitballing a couple different ones. That would make for the smooth transition out. So for that night, hey, one of you gets to walk home with a glass bowl filled with color shifting candies. So I don't know, first one to put it in your inventory gets to keep it. And, this can then go into, it could be that same night. It's within the week at some point. The other video you as my players have seen. And I did put it very recently over in our Discord, so maybe some of our viewers have seen it too. But I am going to play a second cutscene. And this is one where back at the Mega Building, at some point, D-Rezz, because you've been finishing up projects and you have a lot on your plate, things to think about, you were poking into Ziggurat. I mean, this whole job was about them, and it was just in last week's session that you all were piecing together these clues on Ziggurat hired you to extract their VIP for Ziggurat. And this guy touched on some like really weird code, and there's just a lot of things going on. And as is what happens with D-Rezz, she can get a little obsessive. She can get a little paranoid. Maybe she spirals a little bit. Maybe she even makes some poor decisions while doom scrolling or browsing that lead to something. And so I'm going to present to you all the cutscene where for a moment D-Rezz seemingly has seen something in her personal investigation of Ziggurat, poking around some of its code. Of course, Ziggurat by Netwatch. That's important to remember because, you know, it was acquired by Netwatch. And so as you were poking around Ziggurat by Netwatch, something happened. So for all of you out there in the audience, if you haven't seen it, then sit back because you're going to go on another little bit of a ride. Let's switch over to it. Boop-a-doop. And beep-a-beep.
Where is it? There has to be something here.
These mortals have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power.
This can't be happening.
Focus fire.
No, please, let me out.
Now to strike.
have you learned? I was programmed to beat you.
Well, well, well. Now, if Coffee and Lethality, if you two would like to do a little bit of role play in the moment of, as Chameleon put in chat, doom running, that's that might actually be appropriate. We just coined a new term here. So if anyone from our Telsorian Games is watching, I want this in a rule book now. You heard it here first in Night City 64. We have a doom runner. Yes, her wreath can run doom also. So, what happened, or during, before, during, or after here? You all were given a clip. Now, technically, once we had the screen go to the test print, and we went to credits and everything, that was not seen by D-Rezz. She was only seeing the teal and orange stuff happening. So, bear that in mind as the bridge between player and character, can be accidentally traversed here and there. And it might not have been a very obvious thing, but since we're sitting down and talking about it, that's a fun little thing for you all as players. But the characters involved had seen the teal and orange ziggurat color stuff happen. So you tell me, if anything, what was going on, or what happened, or Kiri, what did you do when D-Rezz came running over to you with tears in her eyes and her headset just sort of like chirping on the bed?
Kiri's just kind of tilting her head, being like, "What?"
I don't know. It just gave me wrong. Something is wrong.
I have to ask, you weren't doom scrolling again, were you?
Look, after the last job, I did a lot of. I do what I do. I dig. I go digging for things. I need to make sure that you're gonna be okay, and that I'm gonna be okay as a result, and that everyone else is going to be fine too. And so, any little chirps that I hear about us on the net, I go digging.
D.
I have to.
I get it. But I think the reality is, we're not okay. We're edge runners. We don't get to be okay.
You know what I mean? As much as we can be. I don't want Arasaka to know that you exist. I don't want people to know anything about us.
To be fair, I operate under the assumption that they already do know, and they're choosing not to do anything about it yet, which is why I'm keeping my nodes under the radar so that they don't decide to act on that information.
No, exactly.
But assuming that they don't know is not smart, because they know. They're Arasaka. Surely there is a camera out there that has captured my face, and they've gotten access to that information.
And I want that to be as minimal as possible. I some that I don't know what it was. It just gave me all sorts of just wrong feelings in my gut.
Tell me what you saw.
I was browsing the net like I normally do, and it looked fine. It looked like normal. It all of a sudden there was this ziggurat, which I suppose represents Ziggurat as a company in a sense. I got a sense that it was towering over me. And
as cigarettes do.
As you know, they do. And Netwatch is Netwatch. They're protecting us with the black wall and everything. And making sure that people don't poke holes into the thing because rogue AIs and shit. I don't know. It just I can't really describe it. It felt like something was waking up. Something about gods of old, and I don't know why my mind went to that, but it went to something is horribly wrong. Because on the net, you know,
artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Rogue AIs will destroy everything if the black wall is ever breached.
Well, that's not guaranteed. The problem is, no one knows what they'll do. Because they're emergent.
Well,
they think as advanced as regular people do. Which means they become unpredictable.
Machines don't care about people.
No,
machines are machines.
Machines don't care about people, but what happens when you get a machine that thinks like a person? No empathy, but all the unpredictability and chaos of having a humanoid brain.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, is that the black wall is protecting us.
Well, that one very much depends on a matter of perception. You have to remember, I was around for rabbits. I was a girl, but I was around for rabbits.
And what do you think has been happening on the other side of the black wall, where they have they have access to everything that we lost on the net?
No, they don't. Because that was the point of the black wall to begin with. They couldn't control it, so they needed to section off a part of the net that was still usable. It's a retaining wall that holds back digital horrors.
Exactly.
The thing about that, though, is all of the AI, especially the ones that cause the most damage in the wake of Breach Bardmoss's little jaunt. They were all named after gods.
Yeah.
So, if this is some glimpse of a thing that you found, I would not be surprised if Ziggurat, or by extension Netwatch, have a rogue rabbit's invested AI under some special lock and key on a physically separated network somewhere.
That's frightening.
Gods, this feels like Mikoshi. Of course, he's not even gonna have any idea of that.
What Mikoshi?
Rumored physically separated Arasaka Data Haven.
They Snapwatch something similar to?
Oh, definitely. In fact, I would say they would have several. Gates where the black wall is thinnest. Maintenance ports, all sorts of stuff. They built the system, so of course they're gonna have backdoors.
And the corps are always looking for ways to get their old info back.
Yeah, that's... Again, if the rumors are true, that's not why Arasaka had Mikoshi.
Now, since the two of you are having this conversation, and this was an interaction that the two of you had, there were two people at the ball, or the gala, the charity auction, that were also, like, data brokers. And...
The two from Data Inc., right?
The two from, yeah. And to you, Kiri, Vanta knew things about you without, you know, it was kind of creepy how it was just sort of very subtly flopped out on the table, but there was a knowledge, and perhaps that was the tip of the iceberg of what this persons knew about you, let alone anyone else who was present. And then there's a prompt to you, D-Rezz, that you had interacted with Vanta to the point where Vanta was able to bridge you into the damaged architecture of Ziggurat. And it was clear by doing so, Vanta was paying a price for it. Because you were accessing... Ma'am, no, you can't get on my keyboard that way. You don't need to be in front of the camera. I'm trying. No, you're just gonna do it anyway. All right. Well. Oh, yep. There. Okay. There she is. Hi. All right. Yep. There we go. All right. Off my keyboard. Anyway, hey, it's not a broadcast without a cat butt. So,
that's why he took so much damage.
But Vanta didn't do the dive. You did. But Vanta did something that was incredibly damaging. So, you don't need to open up sheets to roll deduct or anything, but you're having this conversation. I can bring up these instances to each of you again to think about. And if you want to even include, because we can always have a cut to the Golden Dragon, if you want to have a team get together, or if you want to keep it in the intimate moment here where, you know, Kiri D-Rezz came, you know, she threw her headset on the bed and came running over to you, you know, at your desk. And, but these are more puzzle pieces. I mean, they happened. It's undeniable these things happened. And why things happen or how they happen, that can get distorted by perception or paranoia or, you know, pure cold calculation of, well, this is one puzzle piece. I don't have others and I don't know what to do with one singular thing, but it goes to something. However you want to approach it, you can, but I am reminding you of these instances, of these things that 100% happened.
And D-Rezz will definitely explain what went on with Vanta to Kiri.
He was holding the gateway open. We're talking about a netrunner with enough skill to cohabitate into another physical form. Mechanical, the physical form, because I saw when the +1 went down. When the EMPs went off.
Right.
That's why they spoke with we, because they were one person, one intelligence. So for a netrunner of that skill to put themselves in that much danger, they must have been going against something that would easily ravage anything that they could put up. And the only thing that I could think that would do something like that quickly would be a rampaging AI. A demon, but worse.
I'm glad I didn't go very far then. Thing would have probably flatlined me.
Vanta did warn you. The deeper you went.
Yeah, danger, danger, danger. Yeah.
No, I'm not I might be crazy. I'm not gonk. I know when it's time to head back.
To be fair, if you hadn't at the point of the EMPs going off, I would have forcibly unjacked you.
That could've... That's dangerous all by itself, too.
Yes.
Forcibly jacking me out could be just as deadly. I could get stuck.
That's not how that works. I've been around enough netrunners to know that. Will you get kicked in the face by every black ice you've left alive in that system? I don't know the exact term, but you know, left running? Yes. Will you get stuck? No.
Then explain to me net ghosts. They exist.
I can't. And you want to know why? Because nobody can. Because no one knows their origin. But if we're really talking about consciousnesses being trapped in the net, most of them, I would assume, would be created by something like an artificial intelligence which would have the ability to sever the connection between the mind and the body, to process and virtualize a human engram into something else. Chew up the bits, do away with the carcass.
I mean, that's the rumor about Soul Killer, right?
Yeah.
So how
more things that Kiri is peripherally aware of by having access to information that she was not meant to have access to while she was in Arasaka.
I mean, it's only rumors but it's a real fear. It's a real fear that every netrunner has, you know. You put your consciousness into the net. What if, you know, that connection is severed and, you know, your consciousness is still out there in the net somewhere and your body is just dead to rights.
Soul Killer, to my knowledge, is gone.
The rumors didn't come from nowhere.
They captured Alt Cunningham for it. And apparently she escaped.
Is this knowledge you'd have, Kiri?
She knows that Arasaka did capture Alt, and then something happened, and she like vanished, and they were like, "She disappeared somewhere. She's a corpse now. We don't know what happened." Because she was privy to a lot, but like outside of Alt disappearing, no idea. Like the fact that they're like, you know, working on Soul Killer and everything at 77, she has no idea that that's going on. She's peripherally aware of Mikoshi as it's a rumored data haven that Arasaka has that's disconnected from that exists somewhere, but that's all she knows.
Now,
it's all peripheral awareness and nothing more deeper than that.
A question and challenge to you, D-Rezz. I don't believe so far you've mentioned to Kiri that you saw yourself in this dive. At least a version of you.
Yeah, because I didn't know whether that was or it wasn't.
It is a remarkable resemblance to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a goatee that says, "Hey, I'm Nega D-Rezz" or something, but this is a rendition of you in teal and orange data streams.
Yeah, she'll explain that portion too. She'll explain the visuals that she saw.
Okay.
As part of the explanation to Kiri about it. Like I said, all sorts of bad. Just vibes, just wrong, just that something is going on that I don't know. Scares me.
Whilst I don't want to put thoughts in your head, and she'll gently pull D close to kind of let her rest against her for a little bit. I need to highlight a possibility that is indeed frightening. An artificial intelligence that escaped rabbits, but it's no less malevolent. The difference is it's not crazy.
I don't like to think about that. I don't like to think about anything coming after us.
Well, we may need to. We may need to start considering that possibility. Because I have a distinct feeling that we'll be running into Ziggurat in the future. Now, I'm not for one for suggesting corporate bootlicking, and I would certainly not suggest it in this case, but we should get exceptionally buddy-buddy with those at Data Inc.
Maybe is around. It didn't look very good when we last saw him.
No, but the fact that they have, if this is really the case, and the fact that they had a netrunner who could even remotely stand up to that kind of assault proves that they're probably the only corporation in existence currently that would have the technology required in order to take on such a threat. If it indeed does exist. Because the last thing that we want to do is find ourselves getting sledged in the head by some malevolent artificial intelligence, because no technology currently available on the market is capable of fighting such a thing. Self-ice, gone. Neurobots, gone. They have access to your brain. And that's not even just you who has a cyber attack, it's anyone with a neurobot. It's like when they were talking about quantum encryption when I was a kid. They were afraid that quantum computing would crack encryptions, that privacy would disappear. It did, but not because of quantum compute.
Are you suggesting that we have
real life callback?
Are you suggesting that we have to get some kind of superhero powers or some shit in order to be able to even just to protect ourselves? Like, because, you know, that's a bigger gig than I think I'm even willing to do.
I think it's more a matter of we need to be prescient that this could be a threat, and if it does decide to come after us, we need to know where to go. Because it won't be a gig at that point, it'll be a fight for survival.
You're talking about, like, end of the world sort of shit.
Yes, welcome to the apocalypse. It'll be televised, and I'll be your guide this evening.
I don't like.
Hold on, no, you cut out the.
I don't like the way that sounds, Kitty.
I don't like the way that sounds either. But I lived through a couple of apocalypses in my lifetime. There's a couple of apocalyptic events in my lifetime alone.
You're not much older.
Tell me, when were you born?
2039.
2023.
I did not know that.
Technically, it makes me a little bit of a cradle robot, but what are you gonna do?
We're adults. It's fine.
Although, as a point of order, because we are going through this game sort of week by week, I do want birthdays for each of your characters, because maybe you want to do something fun on your birthday. And speaking of doing something fun, that also reminds me, each of you, if you're down a humanity, or any humanity, each of you get 1 humanity back for going to the freak show.
Hey, let's go.
I'm actually at full because I regenerated, generated 1d6 when they got with D.
I'm at 59 of 60.
Go.
That one.
Hey, your empathy's about to go back up.
That one increase moved my empathy up.
Yay.
Sorry, 59 out of 68 maximum.
I was at 39 out of my current max of 52.
There you go. So Freak helped you feel a little bit more human.
I have a max of 38.
Yeah. But clearly, seeing Freak cosplay my favorite DC character, Ratcatcher.
Hey, yo.
Clearly that was the inspiration, right?
Now, speaking of other details, and we can have more of the conversation. Of course, you saw something very disturbing online, including a rendition of yourself that was intermixed with these weird people, creatures. There was this owl that was staring at you for a while. Also, other people who were doing homework here is including Outback, because he was the one who was kicking tires. Well, I mean, probably kicking tires, but also building foundations. He was kicking cornerstones here. And in addition to making sure that I have a birth date for each of you, so we can give you a little happy birthday that hopefully doesn't involve you being suffering from like a sucking chest wound in the middle of combat. But who knows? You know, life is spicy in Night City. I do want you all to think of your characters. Is there a new look at all that you'd be sporting? Because you've invested in some fashion, of high fashion, but maybe this could trickle out to how you would now normally carry yourselves. Or if, as Lost and Found, you all want sort of X-Men costumes, and you want like an official, hey, we're on a gig, and so we're going to do this sort of uniform. Please get those ideas to Coffee Cat so we can get updated character art, not only for tokens and things in the game, but I can also throw it into the new intro. If you're mostly the same, but if Evil, you say, oh, I kind of like how Gopher looks. You know, he's in the blue, like kind of just the worker uniform sort of a thing. If there's something that you want tweaked, or you say, yeah, you know what, I wouldn't mind going for like a 5 o'clock shadow, and maybe he wears some welder's goggles or something, or it could be a small tweak. Or if you want to overhaul your appearance, I'm not too worried about that. If Gopher, you want some cool EMP lines that are technically not functional, except the one time it was when the EMP grenades went off, then I want that reflected. If we're going to be going through this whole process of bringing on a new player, and therefore Lost and Found getting a new edge runner, and y'all are going to have your base of operations, you have your Lost and Found logo even, and you've been through a lot now. You've crawled through infected water. You've been to high society balls. You've been in highway chases. You've done a lot of things now.
We murdered a bunch of gangers, because that's a night. You're not a resident of Night City if you haven't murdered some gangers.
And so if you all have a new look that you want to rock, even if it's mostly the same, but now you just get some like a slightly new fit or drip, or again, if you want this is the Lost and Found crew, and you have your own colors like a gang, because maybe you do want to build reputation as a crew instead of as individuals. All these are your choices, but as players, please talk to Coffee like yesterday about this, so that he can start drawing and therefore get the art to me so that I can incorporate it into the opener, similar to what we did with our original one. And then we can get tokens and other things like that too. I imagine your agent avatars are going to look the same, even if your current character fashion, like an average day in Night City for your character is different. But I will need to talk to Black Wolf about getting an avatar agent for Fluffy Sheep's character, whoever that ends up being. So for the next thing I wanted to make sure that we talked about tonight while we're here, we're our heads in the game. We have an idea for things that are going to be happening now that it seems like you're getting deeper and deeper into conspiracies and networks and other things like that, as edge runners do. I mean, it's unfortunately a part of that. Is your home base. I want to make sure that we are going to be on the same page regarding it, and that you all have a chance to sit down and talk about how you're going to expend your HQ IP in what you are getting. Because it sounded like you wanted a bunch of things, and some things were hemmed, some things were hawed. But what do you what is this ultimately looking like? Because from what I recall, you still want to stick to something in Sector 4 with a garage. And
we were thinking about the garage. I think it was more the thing that we definitely need to get is the rent decrease, because that gives a room, because we would need that to actually fit everyone.
Now that's a question that I want to bring up too. Is the headquarters going to replace all of our rent?
No.
Is that what we're aiming for?
I mean, eventually, well, actually, no. Even then, I would still say no, because we'd still need a place to live outside of that. For if we're all in the one place at the same time all the time, rockets exist. Rockets are purchasable.
The other thing too is, if I'm not mistaken, we're looking for a 2-bedroom place, and the rules on the upgraded rent reduction allow an extra number of bedrooms up to double the original capacity, right? So we'd be going from 2 to 4. That still wouldn't be enough to properly house.
No, because you can house everyone plus 1 comfortably. Is the rule?
Yeah. And theoretically, if I get the upgrade for my car, I can just sleep there.
Yeah, no, it is everyone plus 1. So it's why, for combis, you can have 1 extra person with you, and it doesn't count as sleeping uncomfortably.
I don't believe it works like that for combis.
Pretty sure it does, because it's a capacity of 1, and it's like any sleeping arrangements. It's you can fit another person beside you comfortably, but there are certain things that can take up spaces, like that massive Atom Smasher body pillow. Yes, that's a thing that's real and it exists. There are stats for it. Also, corpses also count as as taking capacity.
Yes, but unfortunately, unless we're going to be finding something somewhere else.
Yeah, it's basically so that
I mean, if we go with
those living in combis and stuff can get nookie without getting the uncomfortable sleep penalties.
I mean, if we pooled money, we could pay the first month rent on an upscale Con-Apt and then get the rent reduction, which just makes it the rent of a 2-bedroom. And that would be able to have 2 rent reductions to have space for 4 plus 1.
Yeah, we could do that.
We would probably have to pay for an upscale Con-Apt. Probably have to pay the rent for the first month up front, which is $7,500.
I don't have that kind of money. I'm a little flush with money, but I don't have that kind of money.
That's why I said we would have to pool it.
Yeah,
and there's also a matter of
I mean, if 5 of us are living in a Con-Apt, we would be splitting the rent anyways. Which actually works out pretty well, because 5 people for a 2-bedroom apartment rent is $500 every month.
Mm.
But we're not going to be finding an upscale Con-Apt in Sector 4.
No, that would be...
It's going to be like New Westbrook or something.
Yeah. Now, as you're having this conversation, in fact, this would be a good conversation to have at the Golden Dragon. This would also be a good, a book note where JP's talking about his own role in all this. Answering questions regarding that. Again, that's a placeholder for Night Mage to fill in.
Yeah.
But D-Rezz, you would actually, you know what? This might act as a little bit of a fun sort of a send-off from JP. Now, D-Rezz, you could get this message as well at the same time. though Drake would whisper this into JP's ear, and say that he ended up getting an email from Wendy. And it seems as if after the event in Pacifica, she has come into some former Dynalar property. And she's not exactly looking to be a landlord of sorts. But she knows that, you all had a hand in this. And if you wanted, she could do a kind of lease to sell item or thing for an old warehouse that has a garage. Now, it doesn't have the fence that was torn down, especially after the top was torn off and there was the whole AV crash.
And we already know it has a flooding issue.
It is. The warehouse is going to be a fixer-upper, and Dynalar does not have an electric generator or a communication tower on top of it anymore. But if you wanted to acquire this piece of property from Wendy, she would be willing to work with you, as you're the one who effectively got her the leverage to get this from Dynalar.
Okay. And then over the course of that time also, I would have been like drip feeding her some of the stuff that I got from the event too. So if she's interested in any of that information, I'm willing to sell it.
Okay. Well, that'll be the specifics of the information, and then you and I can negotiate a price depending on the fruit that bears. But yeah, we can have a conversation over at her office again about that.
Yeah.
So if you all wanted to work out a fairly inexpensive rent-wise, fixer-upper warehouse, that on heavy rain days, but hey, the city's fixing the sewers, so maybe it won't happen again. But a former Dynalar warehouse, then Wendy has it.
How much is she looking for rent then? If she's kind of leasing it out as a build to purpose.
Well, if she's doing a rent to own, how much the rent is depends on how long you want to take to own it.
Yeah, this is
and how much she wants, because she probably wants to liquidate that kind of quickly. She doesn't want property. Doesn't serve her.
I will have to find an equivalent in the book, because I know there's purchase options for things like storage containers and.
I have everything up right here.
Okay.
A cargo container is 15,000.
Okay.
A studio apartments 25. 2 bedrooms 35. Upscale concept is 85, and a luxury penthouse is $500,000.
Okay. Let's see.
I have the little PDF.
And then we have fixer-upper costs after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that'll be
QIP.
Yeah. I think we can generally say that every morale boost makes it slightly less of a fixer-upper.
Yeah, morale boosts. There is like a luxury upgrade that adds like luxury items.
She'll say if you want to buy it outright from her, then you can, and remember that it's effectively a 2-floor warehouse, even though it's just sort of a catwalk with like an office on the one end.
Yeah.
She'll say we can work it out as a lease to own or outright buy it for $200K.
200.
The neighborhood is but you know that and she knows that. She's being very straightforward with the offer because she knows because in working with you. But if you all actually wanted this, then
if we run that as a lease to own, and we pay her $2,500 every month, it would just be, like just over 6.5 years dollars.
Yeah, just live that long. Or, pull off some crazy heists and make big down payments. Yeah. Or keep feeding her information, and instead of paying you, you could use the info feed to pay your mortgage.
Exactly.
Shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna get buckled down with a mortgage. Welcome to.
I'm down to do that, because paying the 2-bedroom apartment monthly for this basically just turns each of our monthly expenses to $600, $500 rent, and $100 food.
But it is, mind you, it is a blown out warehouse, so
yeah,
it does need love. Maybe you all can put some sleeping bags in the office and then build out from there, and acquire construction supplies along the way to put up, non-load bearing walls, and choose wallpaper and carpet and house plants. But
yeah, part of that would be part of the HQ IP. We could get started on that immediately with the HQ IP that we've got, but yeah, there's still going to be more work that's going to need to be done after we spend that, especially since one of those things is definitely going to be at a minimum on a garage, and the second one on a rent reduction.
And I'll tell you what, while the fence is no longer there, including the concrete that it's into, the gate, while the electronics have been removed from it and it won't open unless you actually physically do it yourself, Wendy, therefore I'll throw in the gate to at least span the road.
Who exactly is this gate stopping? No one.
Yeah, you can just walk around it.
No one's directly through that gate.
But yeah, no. If we're getting a building that's already has a garage, technically we don't have to spend the upgrade points on the garage. It would just, we don't need to spend the garage improvement just for the garage upgrade, which I can set that aside.
Yeah. So I suppose then, we'd want to go 2 levels of rent reduction and a morale boost or something else.
Yeah.
Something so that they can easily house us all, and then
I'm good for that. I'll put my vote down for that plan.
Yeah, and then something to make it. Basically, we have the IP to be we can turn it from a blown out warehouse into a non-blown out
a blown out warehouse.
Yeah. Well, it's not a blown out warehouse, and we turn it into a non-blown out warehouse where we sectioned off an area that has some flat pack furniture and beds.
But there's your, look at that. You have some skylights. There's some of the glasses left in them. And yeah, there's giant switches. That's cool. Makes a loud ka-chunk sound. Very, for those of you who like the ASMR, that sort of thing.
We can get Gopher to set something up to the switches eventually.
I'm sure some sort of elaborate security system or Rube Goldberg device that slides you out of bed into your work clothes and makes breakfast for you, that shoves it in your mouth at the end of the day.
If unauthorized people enter a building, that switch will fire the railgun.
Well, we do already have a basic security system, thanks to Gopher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Freak.
Yeah, yep. Gopher and Freak.
Yep, you got Cinder, who can fly around and lurk. Well, Cinder's the gun. I guess you could name the drone Cinder as well. Actually, since you're getting into the guts of the programming there, what do you want to call the drone? What do you want it to respond to? A name, a whistle, some sort of like a beep beep from your agent or something.
Weasel.
I'll have to give that a thought.
Well, there's plenty of room for the to-be-named drone to fly around and play in here. And of course, as you want to build this up too, you can turn this into different rooms on either the main floor or the floor above, etc., etc. But as a reminder to what the interior looks like, this is what you would be getting if you wanted to rent to own from Wendy.
The Stat Mouth too. Since it's flying, it doesn't have the weakness that the previous drones that were in there had.
Yes. Fun times.
Begs the question: Do we want to get down to our warehouse?
Yeah, you don't have to. It's available.
We already know all of its issues.
Because it is either like, because we were gonna buy a warehouse in Sector 4 anyway. We could do that if we wanted to do that. Otherwise, yeah, we'd be looking at an upscale Conapt with 2 rent, and then we'd need a garage on top of it.
Yeah, I'm generally assuming that this is basically a garage upgrade that doesn't come with the vehicle, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, garage upgrades do come with vehicles, don't they?
Normally, yes.
So I suppose that one begs the question: is having an additional vehicle worth it?
No, not really.
The rest of us are on public transit. We get around because Outback gets us everywhere.
Basically, anywhere you need to get into the city, you're either walking, taking public transit, or we're all together in the car. And if you ever need, for some reason, to leave the city, you have a Nomad, so...
Well, I was thinking more like thinking about this, right? If you were to do that, that's a compact ground car, okay. By purchasing and installing video upgrades that can't be sold, can't benefit from a motor or... Alright, so it only comes with a compact ground car, because it's gonna be like, if it came with like a choice of like a compact ground car or like a bike, then maybe that might be worth it, because then you would have a vehicle that at the very least Kiri and Outback would be able to maneuver. Because that's probably the one thing that we are missing is the if we do have to split up in two groups need vehicles. But there are other ways to cover that, so.
Well, because I've been reading on the upscale Conapt, and it says it has 3 spaces. Like, it comes with 3 spaces of protected parking.
Oh, that's true. So I suppose it would technically come with the garage upgrade, just not with the car.
Yeah, on any place that doesn't have it, the garage update is implying that it comes with a physical garage and the car. On anything that I believe is higher than a studio apartment, which already comes with parking, it's just the car you're getting. Which is why if the car is destroyed, your garage upgrade is gone.
Well, it's an option for you all. You can go for one of the other options, or you can get a busted out warehouse. Lots of space, but it also needs a lot of love.
Okay.
That's something that I think you guys would have.
I think we really should just go for the warehouse. With basically like any other place, it's a lot harder to justify where we're fitting all these upgrades space-wise, because like
as far as narrative goes, yeah,
like narratively, like how are we fitting a workshop and a garage and a training area and but we have an entire warehouse in this case, so it's just we just sectioned off that part.
Y'all can play The Sims.
So I think the warehouse is mechanically and roleplay wise our best.
D-Rezz at best can like construct the security system at best, as far as like the architecture and that. She is absolutely useless anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose you would pay 2,500 a month, and we get to.
Because yeah, basically, since we're doing our rent to own with someone we're rather friendly with, technically the amount of rent we want to pay each month is however much we want to deal. So, and however much information we want to cut her in on to further reduce how much we have left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's a question, right? Because obviously we decide how much rent that we want to pay per month because we're doing a rent to own. With paying rent reductions, because that does actually reduce the, basically what it normally does is it reduces the, amount that you pay
down one
by one category each time you pick it up. I think.
Rent reduction.
Oh no, it's only the first time.
Yeah.
So if we're like saying, yeah, we'd pay the equivalent of a two bedroom apartment, would picking up rent reduction say, yeah, we kind of gather enough passive intel that we basically pay 1,500 a month and have it considered as 2,500 a month? Because I mean, it's still 6 years regardless, right? And I don't think we're gonna get through 6 years of game time.
Not without a time skip.
I guess in a sense, the rent reduction, that could almost act like the feeding her info. So she's taking money off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and it's like, because it's like, yeah, no, we're working and we're feeding her like passive amounts of intel, and she's like, well, you know, you feed me like passive amounts of tidbits, and I'll take this much off your rent. You got something like big pay dirt that you want to sell, then we can talk about that separately.
Yeah, if there's an exorbitant amount that she can, that like you want to sell her, that's not just things that are relevant to her, but are smaller, you know, smaller amounts. Like the Dynalar scoop was big, so she bought it for 3,000 cash. Well, not cash, but she bought it straight up, the story rights to it and everything, for 3K, because that was big. Rent reduction would be something like, because she was at the ballroom too, so you might be able to add some unique things to the things that she did and did not see, but that would be something like enough little leads or other things that she could act on. That would be a rent reduction style negotiation. So that seems to make sense to me. You have her as a media contact, and as long as you're feeding her info, especially what she's looking for, you know, this isn't the booster gangers on the corner selling drugs. This is how did she put it? Who signs the checks? Not even who cashes them in. She doesn't care so much about who cashes them in. She wants to know who signed the checks. who allocated them, who made the decision, who's in the C-suite, or in the public office behind closed doors, sort of a thing.
Right.
And she does have a heavy interest in the election coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's we can count rent or whatever, the rent reduction, as you feeding her info. So that being said, if it comes to job choices, not that you can't do some random thing, because hey, Crank from the Iron Sights still has something for you to do if you want to get to him. But that's not going to interest her. But on a monthly basis, you're going to need to do something that is going to feed the beast, so to speak, right? To keep up the rent reduction.
Yeah. So then what are we looking at for monthly cost for the rent on that then?
It'd probably go from 2,500 to 1,500 if we're... Because it's depending on how much we pay, right?
Yeah, though I'll say she won't accept less than 1,500 per month. Like, no matter what, she wants cash. At least 1,500 is your bare minimum. And then if your rent reduction would be this technically would count for the extra K or something, then we can take that off the total.
That's what I was thinking, is if we pay 2,500, then rent reduction it to 1,500. Because 1,500 a month between 5 people should be manageable.
Yeah, especially if we're getting good gigs.
I mean, 2,500 between 5 is manageable.
That is also.
Well, that would be...
It's 500 each.
Yeah.
Which is what you pay for a cube hotel.
So it'd be 300 with the rent reduction.
300.
But that's on top of whatever other rent arrangement you have as far as your own personal home.
Yeah. Yeah, so your mega building apartment would still cost in your lifestyle.
I mean, lifestyle's separate, because we're paying 300 for that, but it's I believe we're in a studio, so we're paying 750 each for that. So it's that going to 1,050, it makes my monthly cost 1,350 a piece, which is fine.
I mean, I don't know about you, but once we have the headquarters, I'm going to live there. So so your rent's literally going to be because I don't think you'd be
changing
400 a month.
Yeah, you're changing your. In the case of Outback, he's moving into the warehouse. He's not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you guys are gonna keep living in your mega tower and your cargo container, someone's got to be there to watch the place.
Yeah.
Is Gopher gonna change his home?
I'm thinking about it.
After all, a bunch of very twitchy zombies are probably still shuffling around in there.
Exactly.
Because that would be something that we would have to decide when it comes to the HQ and monthly cost as well. So that would be something that you need to decide upon. Kind of, maybe not tonight, but definitely within the next, in character week past what we do today, because rent is going to come up on the first of the month.
Yep, that's going to be soon.
And we still have Mikhail on the weekend.
Yep.
D-Rezz is fine when it comes to her rent. She's got plenty of money to cover her expenses.
Now, out of character, for the sake of working in Fluffy Sheep and whoever he's bringing, I want to make sure that we give a focus on that. And so while there's only a couple days left, in fact, hang on, let me look something up. Is 2064 a leap year?
Because you know what I was actually thinking about that. About that thought. I can imagine that once this person does kind of join the team,
Oh yeah.
I can imagine, like, if they joined before Mikhail's job, I can just imagine Kiri actually actually giving Mikhail a call and being like, "Hey, so we've got a newbie and I've got their info for you."
26. There is going to be a February 29th, 2064. So,
I was figuring it'd probably be a leap year because I think 2000 was a leap year.
For the sake of the story and getting your fifth member on board, if Mikhail, ends up calling you all and saying, "Hey, I'm having some difficulties with the suits. You're gonna have to make it next weekend," then we're gonna have to just sort of like, okay, we'll do it next weekend, and then conveniently you meet a new friend. So.
Yeah, we could do like we could go like do it. I can imagine Mikhail going, yes, I'm having problems with suits. Next weekend, delay 1 week. Start of March.
And then we'll have our encounter with the new person and go on from there. Story-wise, for any of the overarching, the things that are going to happen, because they've been individual gigs, kind of doing base building.
Healing, hustling.
This has been setup time. This has been me learning the system and letting you all feel out your characters and the setting. And now that that's coming around, and hey, it's March, we're going to be coming into springtime soon. So now bigger things can happen. The world's waking up, and yeah, we go forward from there.
Eventually, by the time it gets to, you know what I think would be funny if we get there, and you're comfortable with it by the time we get there in game, we get to that time in game, Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Kiri's like, Gopher, I got you something for your birthday, and it's like a full auto attachment for his shotgun that he can install. He's just like, here you go, rock and roller for your birthday.
These are some things we can talk about. I just got to know when your birthdays are as well. So think about that. And if it's already passed,
rolled it.
If it's already passed, then we can sort of have a moment of, oh, do you remember my birthday last month when whatever? So
I randomly rolled for mine, and it's gonna be a while.
Okay.
Kiri's is also going to be a while, but I didn't randomly roll for it. I actually figured out her star sign and then chose a date within her star sign. Kiri is a Virgo.
Aha. D-Rezz was born in August.
Okay.
So she's either
potentially a Virgo too.
She's also a Virgo.
Potentially, it's like the tail end of August is Virgo.
Yeah, so it would be
August 19th is what I rolled.
I mean, we already had the fade to black moment. Neither of you are Virgos anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh, to be fair, Kiri wasn't before she met me.
D-Rezz wasn't either.
To tell you, it's still even longer for Outbacks because he's a Sagittarius over at December 8th.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's deep in the air.
Gopher, what are you thinking for your birthday? It already passed. Coming up.
I was thinking Leo, which would put me right next to Coffee Cat, I think.
Yeah, in the same region as D and Kiri.
Okay.
In the August-September range.
All right.
Look, I'm not making D-Rezz a Cancer like me. She's gonna have a different birthday than me. All of my characters ought to. The only character that has the same birthday as me is one that was like an OC.
So actually, yeah, D-Rezz and Gopher are both Leos then.
You have
you're,
to.
You're very close to the Virgo cusp, but
role play outside of your star sign.
Two Leos, a Virgo, and a Sagittarius walk into a bar.
Yeah. And then we'll find out what your presumed med tech is going to be here. Watch, he's going to be like some Scorpio or something walking in on y'all.
I guess I got to take up archery though.
Hey, Finally, someone will. Or are you going to host an illegal Dove collection in your warehouse? I'm sorry, what was that, Lethality?
I genuinely thought about it with Kiri, like her taking up archery and then going Kudo, but I'm like, no, she's a kendo girl. She took up the sword, not the bow. However, actually, no, I don't have a character who. Oh, I kind of do. Actually, I can probably get away with, because I was thinking of another concept. Because I have another solo, but she's a brawler. She's a brawler with a linear frame. The rocker gal is guns.
I mean, if Outback joins the Steel Vaqueros, gets a bike, and takes up archery, he'll be Sagittarius Modern.
Yeah.
With the Sagittarius is the Archer Centaur.
The Nomad concept I had, who was a street racer, wouldn't fit archery either. Damn.
Nomad Street Racer. Is your Nomad backup just Silas?
No, Nomad in role, but not Nomad in origin.
Yeah, Nomads don't have to be from the families that I just mentioned. The Steel Vaqueros, they're a street gang, but they're nomads.
Yeah, Nomad Street Gang, yeah.
Well, what I'll do then, as a little bit of homework for me here, I'll get an isometric sort of RTS style map for your base, as it currently exists here, post-Diluvian. And then as you all add to it, we can fix it up and go from there. And I'll make some sort of a tracker for it too, for things like
I have a PDF that I can track things on. I don't know if I can share it.
Oh, there's a security level in the new book that came out, talking about different zones in the city. So we can use that also as a reference. Because you might do things, or you might specifically take jobs. If it doesn't pay the highest, it would at least be improving the area where you live. Because maybe you don't want a bunch of, malfunctioning zombie people shuffling around. You want to get them medicine or help, or you want to do things to, make your headquarters. Well, I don't know. You can keep it clandestine. You can make it look like a piece of shit from the outside, but have the Bat Cave on the inside. Or you can build it up to be some, fortified something, or... I don't know. You can take it in a lot of different directions. And the actions you take could then reflect on the neighborhood around your base of operations, too. Because right now it's a bunch of also hollowed-out buildings and tent cities. So...
yeah.
That could work for you. It could work against you, as with anything. So it's up to you, depending on how you want to roll with it. In addition to anything else I put on your all's plates, gig-wise, because the city is not going to stop any of its machinations. There will be more things out there, and as much as you may want to help out your local neighborhood, Ziggurat might be on the verge of something terrible, or someone might be willing to pay each of you $1,500 for a weekend gig. It's just a very dangerous one. So, all right. So I think we're on a good path here. Remember your characters. In fact, we can even do a little bit of that imagining right now before we wrap stuff up. Because unless you have anything else for me, I wanted to get these details out there, have a little bit of role playing, and also establish this so I know things that I need to work on and that I could do. I
think eventually D-Rezz would tell Outback and Gopher about the thing she interacted or found on the net, just so that they're in the loop. Even if they don't have any comments about it, but they'll be aware.
Especially given your recent experience with net running, Gopher, this is just sort of like it's a double whammy.
Like, don't get involved in this. You don't want to.
So
Even
Chameleon,
though she's obsessed with doing so.
Are you envisioning Outback with a different sort of look? Either with skin and hair, because you went in and you actually got the makeover with the Aldecaldos. You sat under that like dot matrix hair printer and everything. But that or through clothing, is there a different style that you're presenting, or do you want to take on the kind of Gopher look where you look more like a garage mechanic instead of the brown leather cowboy?
Let me just look some stuff up real quick.
And if you do have like references that you're gonna go off of, send them to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at some urban flash art people have made. Let me see what that looks like. Because he's going to be a city boy now, so.
And in your talk with Freak, he was implying that he is an independent agent because he's never met Fluffy Bunny before. And that the job that he did, he's not new to edge running, but he's not as experienced as someone like UB is with it. So when it comes down to that job, it seemed like at least he wasn't already on a crew. He was hired in to work with one that was already established, or they were just 4 different contractors brought together by a job. So think about that too when it comes to your crew. If you want to remain independent operators, or if you want to do what the entire cast of Lord of the Rings after the movie finished shooting, they all went out and got like ring tattoos or something to celebrate. So if you want like a lost and found symbol, so that way or if your security drone like sees the symbol on you, then you're automatically friendly, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I think honestly, Outback is definitely, since he is like he's moving into the city, and although it's not fully formed in his thought, he's eventually going to be going into solo a bit. So he's putting aside the leathers and is gonna get like I don't know what the actual name of it, like I think everyone here's played 2077, the kind of jacket that like is all over the promo material. It's the kind of jacket Jackie Wells has.
Yeah,
light armor jacket.
Yeah, the light armor jacket. He's going with the more like city clothes, so he doesn't stand out so much.
Okay.
D-Rezz wears one, except it doesn't have sleeves on. Or
Yeah, he's definitely going with the sleeves, but
okay. So there's that, and if it comes to jewelry and stuff too, or if you want to, if you've kicked your smoking habit, or you've moved up to 2 at a time, then that's important to.
No, still smoking, but he's also going to be doing the annoying hipster thing. He's going to have his hair tied back.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Like tied back, top knot, or you going for the side ponytail? Bring that back.
Wolf tail.
Okay.
Yeah, big.
All right.
Like how I tie my hair back usually. But now I'm just imagining, right? Like Outback taking levels in solo. It's like I bet he's gets securities. You're like, look, I need you to train me. It's
Exactly.
Like, well,
yes.
Muay Thai fighters used to train by kicking hard things until they micro-fractured their bones to make their legs and arms and legs stronger. Unless you want to get them replaced with chrome, we're gonna have to do that with you too. You've got one.
Yep. So he'll be doing that.
Kiri just draws a wooden training katana. I'm gonna enjoy this. And she's just, I imagine how much just like gets like cracked in the shin with a wooden training katana, like
He's gonna be a really bad solo at first, because we can only do one level of things at a time, but it'll get better.
You reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my friends. It was who would win in a fight scenario, and to kind of translate it into cyberpunk terms, it's like who would win in a fight, an Arasaka like Corpo Ninja, or Jackie Chan. And as the conversation went, like, of course the Cyber Ninja would win. And then we were thrown in conditions like, okay, hold on. Jackie Chan is holding the last baby on Earth, and he said, I don't want no trouble. And then we all sat and we were like, ooh, that's actually... That's close. The Cyber Ninja might still win out. And then...
So basically you were playing a Mind's Eye Theater version of Super Fight.
It's kind of, yeah. This is... and then it was... all right, the setting is a warehouse that exclusively made tables, ladders, and chairs. And like, okay, well, Jackie Chan's just going to win this one. So, and rope, and it makes rope too. But yeah, it was like a super fight scenario. That's an awesome game, by the way. And yeah, it was a lot of fun there. So.
There was one scenario in which the fight between Kiri and Outback is an Outback win. It's if Kiri is on the road looking the other way with no weapons drawn and I'm going 100 miles per hour in my car.
Do you still want to be known as Outback, or are you changing your operator name?
No, he's still going as Outback. Maybe because lore-wise, when you multi-role, you become known as your new role. So maybe when he becomes a solo, he'll change his name. But
okay, hey, and we'll have a cool moment of that then. But for now, this is you're in that middle evolution of a Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's a new design, but it's like it's still kind of mostly the same. You're not your cool final form yet.
Yeah. He's got to become a city boy first before he can become a solo.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. Throughout this conversation, Evil, have you had any thoughts for Gopher? Do you still like your kind of like blue collar garage uniform? You want to go for something with a bunch of pockets and belts, or do you want to? Did you like your stint kind of as like a leaner, meaner, like in corporate attire, or something along those lines? Go for a James Bond style technician. What are you thinking? And do you still want to be called Gopher?
I am gonna stick with Gopher.
Okay.
As far as attire, I think I'm gonna stick with that as well. And then, as far as other stuff goes, honestly, I think it's just wait and see.
Okay.
Does he have any noticeable cyberware that we need to make sure that I include?
Oh, yeah.
No. I've not added any cyberware.
Should we have the drone and Cinder? And if so, are you wearing Cinder on your hip? Or is Cinder attached to the drone? And kind of like is in the shot with you?
I will let you know right now, Maddie, I'm not going to include Cinder.
Okay.
Because for token and maybe like a final portrait purposes, I am just going to...
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
The image you had for Outback to begin with was waist up, mostly, which is why I'm not too fussed about figuring out what kind of pants and shoes he's wearing. So just give him some pants. It's fine. Just give him some pants.
I would personally like a full body of everyone.
Yeah.
So, like for tokens, obviously, that's really only going to be like a bust. But, yeah, like if you got like a cool, I don't know, you got glowing heels on your shoes, it doesn't mechanically do anything.
I'm planning a rework of all of the characters.
Okay, I'll figure out.
I'm gonna obviously do the change updates for Outback for his look.
Mm-hmm.
For Gopher, do something that's maybe a little bit more dynamic, but also I am going to include the Lost and Found logo on their on their jackets.
Okay.
On all of the characters. For Kiri, I want to update her hair because we're very happy with it.
Are there any other changes that you want to have made to Kiri? You have the white hair now. Well, the half.
Oh yeah, because she did get.
Is she sticking with that?
Yeah, you have tech hair.
Yeah, because she did get the tech hair installed.
Yeah, but this would just be like, well, how would we normally see you? You know, what is average Kiri?
Because the tech hair is part of her look now. Like that's cyberware. That's part of her look. So yeah, she's probably got like the white streaks in one side, but it is still black.
Should we all get like tech hair? Should we make that our other calling card? White streaked hair.
But the look that I have for Kiri, where she's got the blazer over the more Japanese sort of like yukata and hakama.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
In heels, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we're gonna go for a full body, then I'll keep finding good reference and just dumping that into the DMs for you.
Yeah. Spam me all of your info.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you have infos, that makes it so much easier for me to combine them all.
Yeah, I will just keep doing that. It'll be a full Pinterest board in there.
See, that's the beautiful part about human artists is you can actually get a result that you want, and you don't have to settle for like 70 to 80% of what you hope for. So you all like give all the details to Coffee Cat, please, because you can actually get something that you want for your character.
Look, if I could
D-Rezz's hair is not brown; it's brown black.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because every one of the animations that you've done have gotten her hair color slightly wrong.
Yeah.
It's got pink and the blue in there.
Yeah.
But her base color is brown black.
It's
like my own hair.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, well.
D-Rezz, and maybe this is a good trait to have in the cyberpunk world. D-Rezz baffles descriptions to AI to try and reproduce her. So like she is like trying to describe things. Like I have to keep it very like simple and stripped out.
Yeah.
Like it has to be like brown hair with blue and pink neon highlights, and then like that's. I can't even get your other tuft. Like it's just side shave brown hair, blue pink highlights, and then you kind of hope that it does it. Like it'll never do the rose tinted round. Like you can do round glasses. I can't get the rose tint, at least not consistently, or with like other qualities of you that are more important to be better. So yeah, it's. But Coffee Cat is a human who draws human things, and so all the details
for money.
So yeah, it's even if it's evil, if you go, hey, you know what? Yeah, I like the blue jumpsuit, but you know, maybe in honor of JP, I want to put like some like brown stripes on the shoulder, or we're talking about hair, gray stripes on the shoulders, like what JP has. Cool. That's a fun little detail. You know, or you want more pockets, or
you want a specific shirt.
Oh yeah. That, or you're holding your tool, your combi tool.
Because I have the on the original artwork, the jacket portion of jumpsuit is open shirt, but I went with some Eric. You wanted to have a specific shirt under that and do something similar. Or I'll probably pictures of like this.
You're a little far from your mic.
Oh, if you think that he would have like specific tools, because I'm going to make the poses kind of dynamic, but not terribly so. in that, you know, they're not going to be like full poses like I did for D-Rezz originally. They're going to be standing together in a portrait, but individually I'll be able to separate them in order to be able to put them into individual tokens.
Individual, but together. Got it.
Yes.
You know what I might do, actually?
So think of group photo, but all of the pictures are going to be
Yeah.
just basically Photoshop together.
I think I might actually launch 2077 for Clothing Expo.
Yeah. Hey,
launch the game for Clothing Expo.
Yeah, it has a character builder. I mean, a lot of people. How many people out there, and any of you in the audience or my players can admit, how many of you use Baldur's Gate 3 as a character generator for art or looks or?
I will admit to the fact that with my Cyberpunk Red game, initially some of the NPCs were randomly generated using Cyberpunk 2077.
I have never used Baldur's Gate, but that's mostly because I don't think any of the models in that, other than human and elf, look good.
I suppose you all could always just go to Hero Forge, but that might look a little weird in 2D art form.
Yeah, no.
yeah, it does render a little strange. The 2D images of the 3D renders do look a little strange. I can't say I've done any taken any character creator pictures as far as like most characters are concerned. The distinct exception there is G-posing in 14.
Yeah, well, if you want to send any of those reference pictures over to me, you know where my DMs are, so just.
Well, yes, I do have quite a number of pictures of both a regular and exceptionally not safe for work persuasion.
14 has a lot of glamour, a lot of options for fashion as well, so that's a very good.
And that's just vanilla.
Model and pose. Oh yeah, even before you get into the modding scene too. That's it's nuts. So yeah, you all have a lot of options. Please don't drag your feet on this. So Coffee can get to work, because I mean he has limited time, and then I'll be working on the new intro. You all heard the music. That was the music in the second half of the second movie that we watched. And so I'm going to be building it, and it is going to be focused. The first one was establishing the setting and you as individual characters to get the idea of Cyberpunk across, and that you are participants in it. But similar to what Coffee was saying about having a group picture that can be pulled apart into individual scenes or something. This intro, I'm going to try designing to be a group. Like, the intro will be the Lost and Found crew, not just, hey, we're Cyberpunk edge runners playing a game. You all have now formed as a team, and I'm going to try, the intro, if I can do it, is going to be kind of like a gig that you're performing, and each of you doing your thing as
nice.
So I'll see if I can do it. I like trying to expand my own skills with different special effects and scene transitions and other things I can do through my video editor. Yeah, we'll see what I can do with it. Yeah, Bel Muerte, doing that as well, to manipulate a model, or to try and, if you upload it, you can ask it to change colors. If you're like, I don't know, like blue jeans, yeah, it's khakis, and you can look at khakis or something like that. So
I've used AI to edit photos a few times, because sometimes I find art that's almost perfect. I'm like, man, if only that hair was a little bit shorter.
So, filters, there are photo editors. Everyone has different takes on it. And anything that I've made, I hope that to everyone out there, you as my players, my audience, I roll around in the AI slop when I try and make these fun little memes and movies and stuff for you all. But at the end of the day, Coffee is the one who's doing the official art, and that's the official, that's what your characters look like. And anything else I also call them like the Saturday morning cartoon versions of your characters. You know, when we're just doing like little scenes that are just, you know, it's there for a memory, it's there for funsies. It's not the official. It's not the official art. So if you know, if Coffee, you were inspired by the scene of you like throwing off your diving goggles or whatever, you know, like that would actually be the moment. The version I showed you is, well, here's an idea for everyone to consider, but, you know, consider it in your imaginations, because your brains and your thoughts here at our table are way more important. So that's my philosophy with it, is we'll have fun with it. I use it as a tool, but ultimately, you know, oh, that also reminds me, Coffee, we're going to have to get an overlay overhaul too.
Yes.
At least with JP and such.
That's easy enough to do.
So yeah. we have some work. I don't know if this coming Friday, if things aren't ready, I would rather us have had this session 0.1 to talk about it, to get our ideas out there, and to give ourselves goals to, you know, to think about and develop. And Coffee and I now have a lot of homework that we need to do. And then when we come back, if it takes an extra week or something, I want to have an absolute banger of an intro that you all are proud of. And that is going to be our splash back into the game. Your character art's going to get refreshed. We're going to have a refreshed overlay. You're going to have a brand new intro. And then I get to fuck you all up with whatever's going to happen in this next big story.
I was waiting for exactly that to come out of your mouth. It's like, yeah, we're going to come in. We're going to have all the new stuff. It's going to be great. And then I get to fuck you up.
Yep.
All right. Welcome back with all our new character portraits. We have a medtech now. You're fighting Atom Smasher.
Good luck.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Now that there's a party healer.
Yeah, that's true. Now that you do have a medic, I can actually, you know.
You can beat us up more.
Yeah. But that's fine. You might require a week of downtime, but you get paid more because now almost all your jobs are hazardous jobs.
Yeah.
Oh wow, minimum 2K for murder.
Well, first session back with the new character. Crank and Coyote are coming after you.
Well, you know what I think we'll do, because it would be a good warm up, and it would also be quite. Pardon me. It'd be quite literally a team building exercise. I think the first gig should be the one with Mikhail.
Yeah.
And then, because, you know, presumably anymore, if you get shot in the Matrix, you won't get shot in real life, ? But then that's a good icebreaker, and then we can start getting super serial after that.
Nice. Can't wait to go back to Mikhail, where he's gonna put us through old Fourth Corporate War training.
It's like, yes, I found some old Militech training programs for you.
I mean, hey, you wanna increase those stats? Then you gotta test them and stress them. You even have to fail them sometimes.
Yeah. The only thing I don't want to deal with there is that, you know, we deal with the Militech training because it's basically the U.S. Army but corporatized. Like, you dropped me into a virtual simulation against a bunch of soldiers, and you painted me as a dude in a turban with an AK.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we be the soldiers? Why'd we have to be the insurgents?
Bomb has been planted.
Well, if it's Militech going off most recent, it probably would be Mexico War. So.
Oh, the South American stuff?
Yeah, South American War.
Yeah, actually, that has a history with the Forlorn Hope. That was actually sort of a veteran hangout before anything, and then of course the veterans turned into solos, and the solos turned into edge runners. So, all right, so this is what we'll do. Unless you all have anything for me, I think we can wrap things up tonight. And It's a little bit early, but hey, it was a maintenance session. It was just touching base and going forward from there.
Oh, Kiki.
So we will raid. We're gonna go raid into the Library of Jing. Jing raided into us not too long ago, so we will give her some raid love in return. So I'll take you up to Canada to go see her. Very bubbly personality. She plays a variety of games, including tabletop games. So you can talk tabletop to her, or a lot of things. She likes Helldivers and Bane, cover your ears. All orcs must die. So she's very good at that stuff. Anyway, I'll see you over there. Thank you to my players for hanging out in a more casual sense tonight. Thank you all to the audience out there for watching us do this planning and behind the scenes stuff. So take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.